Welcome to a side order of Fringe Toast. My name is Bobby D. So I know that we do not need any more reason to be freaked out about the world around us. I do feel like that we should probably take stock in what occurred last year. Most of the time when we talk about UFOs and UAPs on this channel, we are referring to situations where, we just find this stuff entertaining. But as of last year, some of those reports, some of the reports that we hear, we have to begin to take a little bit more seriously. And the reason for that is the fact that the U.S. military, well, I say that we should. Okay, the U.S. military last year began to come out and take notice publicly about the sightings of UAPs and UFOs. This after some footage had been leaked. One of those being the famous Tic Tac UFO. There's been lots and lots of interviews with individuals who have had those sightings. There were several sightings off the coast of North Carolina last year. The list is kind of growing in regard to that. But today we've got a story about a former FBI special agent who his name is John Desouza. He was on an interview with Dr. Michael Sala in the past week, and in that he was talking about Project Bluebeam. Project Bluebeam, if you're not familiar, kind of made headway in the 1990s, and what it essentially is that the theory in a nutshell, not without going into great detail, was that NASA was working with the United Nations in order to try to fool the public with projections of an alien influence, an alien attack. And now it seems that because the U.S. military is being outwardly and open about those UAP sightings and UFO sightings, he's in belief that they are ramping up in order to fulfill that Project Bluebeam agenda. He went on to say, one of the things that I see happening through 2022 is going to be they're going to make these Tic Tacs, and these Tic Tacs come in many different shapes and sizes. Like, they are sometimes cylinders, they are sometimes motherships, they are in all different shapes and sizes. To give you context for this conversation that occurred, Dr. Michael Sala has a background in talking about these types of things. As a matter of fact, earlier this week, he also was in the news in regard to his revelation that Vladimir Putin's invasion on Ukraine was more so about a mothership or an ark, a space ark that he was intending on taking possession of. I don't know if there's any kind of validity to that at all, but if there, nonetheless, what is for sure is Michael Sala made waves in regard to this claim. Now, if I remember correctly, I looked into this. I looked into that article, and really, the original article about that didn't have a citation for a very good citation. They had a citation, but it wasn't. It was believed to be a surname for those claims. So, take that with a grain of salt. I don't want to tell you how to live your life, man. I'm just here to share some of these stories and let's talk about these particular things. Desouza went on to say, what we're going to see is we're going to be seeing these Tic Tacs, also called UAPs. That's the new terminology as well. We're going to be seeing them actually engaging civilian ships and vessels in a hostile, aggressive manner. Well, we really need to ask ourselves, what does he mean by hostile and aggressive? What does that entail? Are we talking about laser beams? Are we talking about tractor beams? If you're not familiar with a tractor beam, that's where they essentially like grab the ship and then go away with it, like pull it to one place that it didn't intend to be or could not be according to typical physics. To note on that, he said they may not be killing people yet, but they will be doing things to disable ships, disable vessels, actually have real physical confrontation. Physical confrontation disabling civilian ships, but no killing yet. Because at this point, they need to ratchet up the fear more than what it's been. It can't just be this. Oh, the Tic Tacs appeared and they zipped around, then they disappeared. They're going to need to kick it up a level. Also, a little background on Desouza. Desouza claims to have been part of the real X-Files prior to the show. He actually has a 25-year background in the FBI. But he believes that he has 3 books published in regard to the paranormal, the broad spectrum of the term. I want to be specific about that. Paranormal is a term that gets wrapped around like ghost hunting and spiritual conquest and parapsychology. But in all actuality, paranormal as a whole is a blanket term. Really, anything paranormal means just outside of the normal. Desouza went on to note what his call to action was. My calling is to show people they already have what they need to ascend. The first and greatest lie has been exploded, that this material facade is all there is. Next, we must awaken to our own supernatural abilities. These abilities must then be joined to faith and belief. Faith and supernatural ability will then determine everything in life and beyond. So it's important to note that this in itself could be a false flag. It's, this guy. It's really easy to say that this is what's going to happen without any evidence at all. But in today's world, if you do say something that's incorrect, you're not held accountable. You're not held accountable at all. You can just put whatever you want out there, and if you're wrong, then so be it. Like you move further along with your life and whatnot. You can just be saying anything in this world. Yes, I do believe that the U.S. government would be willing to build a case to further fear. I also believe that the media would help them along in any way that they can. But we also have to be aware of the fact that there are people that might be also just causing chaos to be causing chaos, or causing fear to be causing fear, just in behalf of like creating angst and creating waves. Until we start to see some of these what he's prophesied here coming to fruition, I think we can all just relax. I didn't tell you this to scare you, like I said in the beginning of the video. I don't think that we need one other reason to be afraid. What's going on the planet right now is scary. But it's also, I'm someone that has hope that what is going on is a direct result of people waking up and people beginning to come to terms with the fact that we're all the same, and in that a lot of people are rebelling and whatnot, and I think that's positive. I think that we're saying no to the machine more and more every day, and I think that's a good thing. If you like topics like this, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, click the bell so you can get notified when our next video drops. I do appreciate your time. Every Friday, moving forward, every Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, I am going to be going live with the potential of a guest to join me and talk about some of the topics that have happened over the week. Sometimes we'll be talking about mundane stuff. The past week, as a matter of fact, I went live with Rachel from Metaphysical Roundtable, and we discussed a glossary of paranormal topics that was published on higgypop.com. I will upload those lives over here on the YouTube channel. But if you want to participate in the chat, if you want to have your voice heard on those topics, you will have to join us, at least for the meantime, over on our Facebook channel. That's just search Fringe Toast on Facebook. You know how to use it at this point, for real. I'm not exactly excited about the fact that I have to be on that platform, but there's not much of an alternative to it either. If you know of one, use the comments. Let me know. If you have strong feelings about this particular topic, use the comments. Let me know. Hit the like button. Hit the dislike button. I don't care. But anyway, I do appreciate you listening to me ramble for a few minutes about this topic, and we'll see you around. Take it easy.